Okay, so the concept artists, although they're not actually involved in creating any of the actual art that will go into the game, they'll determine the look of the game. So the concept artist visualises the game worlds, levels, characters, objects, vehicles, clothing, and suggests the kind of colour schemes and the mood and feel of the game. So they'll just create a load of artwork up front. Because it's difficult for the rest of the team to kind of imagine what's wanted and to kind of all work together in the same style as well. You'll find everyone has very different texturing styles, and it's you need to have a kind of cohesive product at the end, because you might have a city where just one street might have objects built by 5 or 6 different people, and if you're not all working at the same style, it can look a bit crazy. So the concept artists will kind of visualise each area, and then the artists working on each area will get a load of those drawings to kind of pin on the wall, so that when you're working you can keep referring to it and just make sure you kind of stick into their vision when you're creating it. So they're usually proficient in a range of techniques and media, from traditional materials such as ink, markers and paint, through to software such as Photoshop and Painter. Usually very good at perspective drawing, anatomy and architecture. And they will actually work through a lot of different mediums as well to kind of create different effects. Are any of you into the kind of concept art side of things? No? Okay. I've kind of seen so many students coming through the university these days who are just obsessed with anime, and it's like they're all doing these kind of Japanese style characters, and it's just getting a bit dull. But so they need to have a kind of good idea of anatomy. There's an artist I met at Blitz Games. Well, it was quite weird because I was in the office that he worked in. I was looking at all his artwork on the walls, and it was just so impressive, really good stuff, and it was all kind of big muscly marine characters he was drawing. I was thinking, wow, he's got such an amazing idea of anatomy. He's really kind of spot on with the muscles and everything. And then he walked into the room, and this guy was about 6'4", kind of big, broad shoulders, absolutely chiselled. He was wearing kind of combats and a kind of green army vest type thing as well. He kind of had face like The Rock, but he was just absolutely and utterly ripped. And I noticed he had this mirror beside his desk, so that when he was actually drawing all these characters, he would actually just kind of flex in the mirror and then draw that, just to kind of make sure he got all his musculature right. I think that's good reference, if you're kind of really into your art.